What do you think about ableism in the porn industry and what they might be able to do to combat that?
The porn industry has a lot of problems in the sense that it creates stuff for what it thinks people want.
Yeah, they think people want like 2 arms, 2 legs, when a lot of people just haven't tried seeing a person get jerked off with someone that has 0 arms.
I think that there should be more of a place for non-conventional porn stars. So
there's one porn star that she's missing both her ears and people said, oh, that's not going to work, but it actually worked fine. And if anything, it's like more aerodynamic and she can sort of take more guys at once because she's moving around.
Absolutely.
She doesn't have the ears to get in the way.
Everyone has their kink, but I stick with more vanilla stuff.
Well, I think that's sort of the problem, is that it's considered a kink when that should just be considered the normal thing to do.
That's fair.
Right.
Yep, that's a fair point. People go to porn to escape from the real world.
So you're saying they're trying to escape from people with no arms and no legs and walkers and stuff like that?
Chill, I think if you're hot.
Or even if you're not.
Chill. Or even if you're not, yeah, totally, there's a space for everybody. There has to be some sort of like disability where like you need help to have sex.
Yeah, like even if they were there and their helper was like helping them insert or
like
whatever.
some sort of like a nurse. Have you seen that show, Love on the Spectrum? That's about that.
If they made, for example, gagging on the spectrum, that could be potentially something you're interested in?
If it was done well.
If it was done ethically?
Yeah, ethically.
No.
What's the reason for that? Are you more traditional, meat and potatoes, arms and legs?
Pretty much so.
What if it was like a gangbang situation and only one of the persons had like missing limbs or?
For me, sex is very different from making love.
So if you were just throwing it down on one of these people, that
If I were in love, it wouldn't matter.
honestly, if you're actually laying it down and she had full set of arms and legs or whatever, by the end, if you lay it down really hard, she might be missing them anyway.
That's an interesting thought. But I wouldn't be concerned about her limbs as much as I would be concerned about
The vagina or whatever, if you're throwing it down that
emotional
hard.
connection.
Have you ever had a girl that you were making passionate love to and then afterwards she was walking funny, so sort of ended up having a disability because she had to walk funny for weeks after you had sex with her?
Maybe not a disability, but that means that probably the love making itself was pretty aggressive and she may be hurting as a result of that.
Has that been a problem in the past that the girls have been experiencing pain after you had sex with them?
Yeah.
How often would you say that happened?
Oh, I don't know. I don't keep a tally.
What would you suggest for people that are laying it down like that, where the girl's in severe pain afterwards, like yourself?
There's been time when I've been chafed because she was extra dry and we kept going
Why was she dry if you were making love to her the way that you're saying you were?
Well, do with me, it has to do with her body. Some women just don't get as wet as others.
So you're saying it had nothing to do with you,
It
that
had
she was
nothing to do with
bone
me.
dry?
Right. She was just dry.
Did you go down on her first?
Well, this would happen after some time.
Okay, so this is...
You're a very interesting guy. You ask an interesting question.